Hey, what's up everybody? This is Damron. We're on part 4 of our legendary speedrun of Halo Reach, part of the Master Chief Collection, bringing us to Tip of the Spear for our Keep Your Foot on the Pedrogas Achievement. So let's get right into it. As soon as this level starts, we're going to head to the left side of this guardrail. You can headshot those two grunts going down the hill if you like. There's not a big deal. You could just run past them as well. As soon as you get up here, we're going to go ahead and snipe the guy that's inside this turret and well as that guy. And that's going to trigger the Pelican to come in with the Warthog that you need. Now, I like to move left here in order to get the Pelican to bring it in, but I also like to keep shooting my grenades at these turrets, because sometimes people like to get in them while you're waiting, and then they can shoot you while you're in the Warthog with the fuel rod shot. So you don't want that. So once you get into this Warthog, we're going to head on this path here. Normally you'll have a Marine in the back, but I accidentally got him to get out before I hopped in. So usually he'll help you kill these skirmishers here, but that's okay, because after you kill these skirmishers, if he's with you, you do want to kill him, because you're going to get into the rocket pod, and you don't want him to hop out and get in the driver's seat and start driving. So if he is with you up in the rockets, just go ahead and backsmack him before you hop in. Once we hop in, we're just going to shoot this gun here until it explodes and we get the objective complete. Normally in the game you're actually supposed to walk inside of those to destroy the gun, but you can actually destroy it from the outside just by shooting the rockets at it. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to lay into the rockets here. So the part time for this mission is under 15 minutes. We're going to be well below that, and that's going to save us some time. Now keep in mind, for the legendary speed run to be under 3 hours, all the part times add up to 2 hours and 35 minutes. So if we're getting part time, we're good. But that also means that we have time to spare on a few of the more difficult levels, and levels like this where we're going to get well under par, it's going to give us a buffer on the more difficult levels. So wait a minute there until that ship kind of comes in, because that's going to despawn the Wraith in the next section. But once I kind of make my way here and I'm waiting on the Pelican to put the bridge down, I do get into the missile pod and look behind me, because sometimes a ghost will come up behind you and kill you. So while I'm waiting here, I hop in the back and keep an eye on behind me for the ghost that could be there. Sometimes there's a ghost here, but as long as you waited for your big ship to come in, there won't be a Wraith. So we just want to get across this bridge as quickly as possible. This is a pretty dangerous part right here. It's very random. You can die there pretty easily. But once you get across the bridge, go ahead and give yourself a second to get your shields back, because there are some skirmishers down here. You don't want to just roll in those shields and little health, because they could actually, finish you off. So wait for your shields to, get back before you head down there. See, they actually did quite a bit of damage. So heading into the next section, we're actually going to drive to the right-hand side all the way up to this wall here, and we're going to jump out of the Warthog, and we're going to hop on top of the Warthog, and then we'll jump up onto the actual rock formation here, and now we can kind of head to the back side of this room. This is a pretty good vantage point to kill a few enemies. You don't really have to kill that many. I like to take out a few of them so that they're not shooting me while I'm running past on the right hand side. You don't have to kill that many though. Don't worry about taking them all out. Just stick to the right hand side here, and we're going to jump over this wall here on the right, and we're going to make our way up the stairs here on the right hand side. So as long as you take out a few of those enemies, you shouldn't really be getting shot too much, but if you do, there's a couple health packs here for you to get your health back, and there's going to be two skirmishers right here. Hopefully you can get some better headshots than I am right here, just missing a bunch. But once you take them out, we're not going to go up the stairs. We're actually going to jump over the railing onto this kind of steel beam over to here and jump up on the rock ledge. Now we're going to take this around, and now we're going to jump up into this section, and taking that path will despawn most of the enemies in this section, minus two jackals that are on the top of this roof here. So you can go ahead and take them out, and we're going to sprint into this hole in the roof here, and we're on past that entire section pretty quickly. We want to pick up this sticky launcher grenade launcher here, and then we're going to hop into this vehicle, and we're going to head down this hill. So I'll definitely pick this over the ghost, because we're going to want to use this to take out some of the hunters in the next section. So preferably grab this vehicle over the ghost, and then we're going to drop in. We're going to go ahead and hop out, and we're going to jump up on this post right here. We're going to jump to the next post, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to get to this warthog, and we're going to immediately hop into the back. You can also grab some extra DMR ammo from the dead marine in front of the warthog, but we're going to immediately get into the gunner seat, and we're going to lay into the anti-air gun. Now if you're fast enough, you can actually have a one of your falcons help you out in this next fight, as long as you take it out quick enough. But if you're too slow, it will actually kill both of the falcons. But you'll see actually when I go into the next section, there's actually going to be a falcon that helps us out. So moving up here, there's going to be a phantom that drops off some grunts here. So we're going to go ahead and pick off as many of those as we can. We're going to stay behind this rock up here, and we're going to use our DMR to take out as many of the jackals, as many of the skirmishers and the grunts that we can before we head into the fight down there. So you're actually going to see we do have a falcon that's helping us out still, and that's going to occupy a lot of the attention of the enemies. So there's also 2 wraiths that are in this section. For some reason they tend to just fall off the back of the cliff, and you don't really have to worry about them, so that's good. But we're just trying to pick off some of the skirmishers and the grunts and everything before we head into the fight. And you can see we got a lot of marines there, and now we're going to go ahead and progress forward a little bit, and we're going to use the sticky launcher we got to hopefully take out at least one of the hunters. You should be able to get by with 4 stickies, and then on your last one you should only need to be able to shoot 3, and that'll save you at least a little bit of shots for this hunter here. But nonetheless, we're going to have to go back to that revenant, and then we'll have to use that to kill the final hunter. So we're going to use the last of our sticky launcher grenades here, and we're going to head back to the revenant. We're going to get in that, and we're going to then, so it looks like there is a wraith that's still alive over there, it looks like, but again we have our falcon and some of our marines. They may actually finish that off, so that's good. If you're quick enough to get in there and help your guys survive a little bit, they'll help you take out this section. So what I like to do for this hunter here is the same strategy I used for the lasso. Just kind of strafe around this rock, and that way he won't really be able to shoot you. The only time he's going to be able to shoot you is if you change directions and you kind of stall slightly. So it's better to just kind of keep moving around in circles, as you saw there, and just kind of shoot him when you have the shots available. Once you take out all the big guys, you're going to basically wait for a falcon to head to the next section. One of the things that you don't want to do is walk up to that anti-air gun, the Covenant anti-air gun. If you get too close to that, you're going to spawn a lot of bugger enemies. So be sure you stay away from that during this fight. So once we head into the next section, you can either hop into the left gun or you can hop into the right gun. It's a little bit different depending on, what side you get into the falcon is going to determine where the enemies are for you in the next section, because obviously you can only shoot to one side or the other. So we're hopping into the left side in this particular run, and as we progress forward, the first thing we're going to come up to is a bridge, and there's going to be some enemies that come out of a tunnel on the left hand side. So we're going to go ahead and focus them down and do as much damage to them as we can. As soon as we kill them, we're going to focus on the turrets that are down on the ground. There's going to be 3 of them. As soon as we kill those 3, now we can look forward a little bit, and there's going to be a wraith up here that we can focus down after we've taken out those turrets. He's a little bit in the distance, but that's alright. And we got a fuel rod turret shooting at us right there. I'm not really paying attention. Definitely want to focus that down. And then we can focus on the wraith, as well as some of these infantry type units right here. So this part's not too bad, as long as you're staying kind of ahead of the game and you know what's coming and what you need to shoot at. You really shouldn't have any problem with this section right here. And that's going to be it. So now we're heading to this shielded dome formation, and that's going to head us to the final section of this mission. So you're going to be told to fly into there. Unfortunately, it seems like flying through this shield is not a good idea, and that's going to make our falcon go down. So that's going to happen right here, and you're going to have a little cutscene, but we're going to skip that. And now you're going to be on the ground. You will have lost a little bit of health from the fall, so be sure you grab that health pack there, and we're off to the races. We're going to head to the right hand side. I like to stay to the right side of these pipes just to stay as far away from any enemies to the left as possible. So just stay all the way to the right hand side, all the way to the right, all the way up this hill. And as soon as we get to the top of the hill, you're going to see some rocks here on the right hand side where that skirmisher is. He's not usually there actually, but we're going to jump up on these rocks and then crouch jump up to the top here. Hopefully a little cleaner than this. You can save a couple seconds if you're not falling around. But once you get up to the top here, we're going to head around to the civilian vehicle, and we're going to hop in here, and we're going to drive straight down to the spire, and we're going to go right to this entrance here, hop out, and go right up the elevator right here, or the teleportation. I don't know what this is. I guess it's in Covenant elevator. But once we get to the top, this is pretty easy, especially in single player, because there's only one elite to deal with. In co-op, there's multiple. So once you kind of head around the left here, as soon as you get to this doorway, start sprinting, and you should be able to assassinate this elite before he gets off the control panel. So now we're going to be sure we take out the fuel rod grunt, and now we're going to just fuel rod the rest of the grunts down and shoot them, and we're going to hit the button, and that's going to end the level. So we're coming in way under par time. The par time is 15 minutes. Again, all the par times add up to 2 hours and 35 minutes. So really we're just trying to focus on coming in under par time, but there are a few levels that are difficult to do that on. So I hope you guys are enjoying the guide. If you like it, feel free to come back for part 5, Long Night of Solace, which is a very difficult one. So hopefully I'll see you in the next part of our Keep Your Foot on the Pedrogas Achievement Guide.